All right, good Tuesday evening, everyone. We have not talked in a while. We have not talked about severe weather either in a while. And we're coming into the second season of severe weather across the central and southern parts of the United States. And I think over the next 10 to 14 days, we're going to probably deal with about 3 to 4 systems that are going to have some kind of severe weather potential across the southern plains through possibly the Gulf Coast states. Like I said, over the next 10 to 14 days. Beneficial rain coming into the area as well with these systems. And we're going to go over the rainfall accumulation possibilities over the next 7 days as well. If you're just now joining us, click that like button. Share this with your friends and family. Comment where you're from. We'd love to hear from you. Let's get into the severe weather that's going to happen tomorrow. This continues to ramp up as we get closer. And there's a possibility of some significant tornadoes out there as well across parts of the area. All right, here comes the first system as we come into tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening and into early Halloween is going to be pretty stormy across parts of the area. And then this area will actually transition down to the southeast as we go into Thursday as well. So we'll take a look at that here in just a second. But we do have an enhanced risk out for severe thunderstorms across portions of northwest Missouri, eastern Kansas, and northeastern Oklahoma. Strong to severe thunderstorms are possible, capable of producing large hail, damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour or greater, and a few tornadoes and some strong even across parts of Kansas as well. We'll go over that here in just a second. So in the enhanced risk area in the orange here, this is including Kansas City, Overland Park, Kansas, Topeka, and then we get the slight risk all the way down into parts of Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, over here towards Fort Smith, Arkansas, Fayetteville, Joplin, Springfield, and even all the way up into southwestern parts of Iowa as well. Marginal risk, 21 million people under a marginal risk for tomorrow as well. Omaha, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, Little Rock, Madison, Wisconsin, Des Moines, Iowa, over to Springfield, Illinois, St. Louis, like I've said, Rolla, Missouri, down to Mountain Home, all the way down towards parts of Texas even for tomorrow. Like I said, large hail, damaging wind gusts, and a few tornadoes are possible in all of these risk areas. And like I said, there's going to be a strong tornado or two possible up here in parts of Kansas. So let's take a look at those threats. All right, this is a tornado outlook for tomorrow night into early Thursday. We basically have in the hatched areas here, significant severe weather is possible. Basically, significant tornadoes are possible. EF2 or greater in that black hatched area. Basically, Topeka, Kansas, Manhattan, Emporia, Junction City, El Dorado, Kansas as well, all in those hatched areas. Now, in the yellow, there's a 10 to 14% probability of a tornado within 25 miles of any given point. This is including Kansas City, Overland Park, Topeka, Olathe, Kansas as well, even into parts of north central parts of Oklahoma. All right, so then we go to the brown areas, which is a 5 to 9% likelihood of a tornado within 25 miles on any given point. This is including the Dallas area, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, over towards northwest, west central, northwest Arkansas, over towards Joplin, Springfield, Missouri, Fayetteville, Fort Smith. Just a few areas like that. Outside of there, 2 to 4% likelihood of a tornado within 25 miles on any given point. Talk about Omaha, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, Lincoln, Madison, Wisconsin, over towards Des Moines, Iowa, down towards Little Rock, Arkansas as well. So plenty of things to talk about. Like I said, all modes of severe weather will be possible tomorrow, starting tomorrow afternoon and through tomorrow night and into early Thursday, which is Halloween. So we'll go over that as well. All right. Let's take a look. Like I said, this is going to transition Thursday further south and east. Let me get that slide up for you. All right, as we transition into Thursday, this is Halloween, into the mid morning through the afternoon hours. We have a marginal risk from basically Michigan all the way down to Texas. A few strong to severe thunderstorms will be possible, capable of producing gusty, damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Possibly a tornado. Like I said, expected basically mid morning Thursday throughout the afternoon within a narrow zone extending from the Midwest, basically from Michigan, all the way down to eastern parts of Texas. Now you're probably wondering what the timing looks like. Let's take a look at future radar. All right, let's take a look at the latest HRRR. We're going to take a look and basically look at the future radar here. You can see all these purple areas, some pink areas up here in parts of Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, and the higher elevations. They're going to start receiving a lot more snow over the next few days, and then next week as well. Basically, feet of snow is possible over the next 7 to 10 days across the Colorado Rockies up into Wyoming and parts of the higher terrain of Utah as well. All right, so let's go forward here. This is later tomorrow evening, or tomorrow morning, that is. All right, this is 11 o'clock tomorrow morning on Wednesday, October 30th. You see the moisture influx, basically with some embedded showers, maybe a few thunderstorms across eastern parts of Texas. This is 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. A few showers maybe across Arkansas, but here's the storminess trying to get going across parts of southeastern parts of Nebraska. As we head towards 2 o'clock, some storms trying to develop down here in parts of eastern Texas. And then basically the thunderstorms will start blowing up here in parts of Oklahoma as we head towards the 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see a few storms here in Oklahoma. And then here's ahead of this squall line that's developing. This is where you got to start watching for supercell development with a possibility of some strong tornadoes. And you can see that across parts of eastern Kansas as we head towards, this is 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So timing's going to be a little bit off, but I'm trying to get you the idea of when to start expecting some of these storms across the area. So here's 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Like I said, you got a few storms down here just east of Houston. Maybe some showers, a few rumbles of thunder down here towards southern Arkansas and parts of Louisiana. But the main show was some of these severe thunderstorms up here in Kansas and western Missouri is going to be ahead of this squall line that's coming in to parts of eastern Kansas into parts of Oklahoma. So if you get any storms out by themselves, those are the ones that need to be watched. You're going to have a possibility of broken line of supercells as well within this line that could be capable of producing a couple spin-up tornadoes as well. So we got to watch for that. So this really congeals into a line as we head towards 10 o'clock tomorrow night, closing in on the Tulsa area, Kansas City, and then all the way up towards parts of Iowa, central Iowa, heading east into Davenport possibly by midnight. So this is a big squall line of storms heading into parts of Oklahoma, now developing back here just northwest of Dallas, heading into the Springfield area right around midnight to 2 o'clock. And even as we go into 2 o'clock Thursday morning, this is the problem. You got to watch any storm that develops ahead of this squall line, basically, because these will have the chance of producing tornadoes if these storms get out by themselves ahead of the squall line coming through the area. So this is 2 a.m. Here's 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. coming through Mountain Home area and just northwest of Little Rock as we go towards 5 o'clock. Dallas is getting hit around 5 a.m. Like I said, timing's going to be off an hour or two either way here. So stay with us. We'll have continuous updates all day tomorrow as well on Snowver Bob Page here. So as we get towards 7 o'clock in the morning, as we get towards Little Rock, be very stormy commute across parts of the Little Rock metro area all basically down I-30 all the way to Texarkana and just east of Dallas. Starting to get some storms pop up across parts of Louisiana, as well around Shreveport, El Dorado, Arkansas, as well just west of Monroe. Then as we transition into 10, 11 o'clock, you see these storms are basically rolling through Memphis, getting into the Monroe, Louisiana area. Still got some scattered storms about in parts of eastern parts of Texas. And then we have basically more storms all the way up towards Indianapolis and close to Detroit as well. And like I said, we have winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories up here into Wyoming and into the mountains of Colorado as well for several inches and possibly even up to a foot of snow up here or a little bit more up in Wyoming. But this is just a first of many systems coming down the line for the next over the next 7 to 10 days. So let's take a look at rainfall, because this first system is going to deliver, maybe upwards of 1.5 to 2 inches locally in a few spots. But then this next system that's coming in early next week is going to deliver a lot more rain, and there's going to be a lot more potent of a system coming in through the southern plains. All right, so as the first system comes through this week, Wednesday through Friday, basically, this is how much rain that's possible. A good one, maybe upwards of 2 inches across parts of a few spots of Texas into parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and then up towards Iowa. Could be 1 to 3 inches possible across central Iowa. Could be some spots that have locally higher amounts with some heavier storms and possibly some training storms that come through the area. But then as we head towards this next system next week, this really blows up like I said, it's more powerful storm system coming in. A lot more possible overrunning precipitation, continuous thunderstorms, possibly training over the same areas. A general 4 to 8 inches is possible across northwest Arkansas, most of central and eastern Oklahoma, southeastern parts of Kansas, up towards west central Missouri. And then outside of that, a general 2 to 4, maybe locally 5 inches across most of western or northern to west central Arkansas, parts of northern Texas, all the way up into parts of Iowa, even along the Mississippi River, even up towards St. Louis, maybe 3 to 5 inches as well up that way. As you get toward basically east of the Mississippi, it starts tapering down because we have basically a high pressure off the coast here. So that dreaded southeastern ridge setting up temporarily. So over towards Georgia into parts of Alabama may not get anything. But as you get towards Mississippi in through central parts of Tennessee towards Kentucky, maybe 1 to 2 inches. This is total between the two storm systems through middle to late next week. All right, snowfall over the next 10 days. Basically nothing for this area, but as you get towards western or parts of the panhandles of Oklahoma, Texas, you may start running into snow, especially behind this second system coming next week. There's going to be feet of snow up here in parts of Colorado, Wyoming, and parts of New Mexico. And then as this low pressure kicks out, the second one next week, there's going to be some wraparound snows in parts of Nebraska into South Dakota, Minnesota, and then back here into northern parts of Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan as well. So this is just laying down some more snowpack across the areas, and we're going to get system after system starting to come. Like I said, the big pattern change is coming. We're going to be basically in a roller coaster ride, I think, for the next 2 to 3 weeks before we really build up a lot of snowpack across the North, Canada, northern parts of the United States. You go over towards Siberia and Russia. They're actually experiencing the earliest ever biggest expansion of snowpack on that side of the world almost ever for October that we've seen. and that's going to play some implications on the cold influxes that would basically, when we get cross polar flow, it's going to get colder faster. So this could mean, well, could this mean December, basically Thanksgiving to Christmas, be a lot more active than years past? Because a lot of our winters in the past have been January, February, March across the central and south, and really been very mild Thanksgiving to Christmas. Will this be a lot different? We'll have a lot more information over on the supporter hub. It is 50% off for a limited time. So come over there. You'll be the first to know about any future long range events that are coming down. So do not miss out on getting that early heads up on some of the significant weather events coming down the road. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. We'll have continuous updates going on our Facebook page as we go throughout the rest of tonight and into tomorrow regarding the severe weather, and continuous coverage on all these storm systems that are coming through. Basically, we're going from severe drought to deluge across parts of the area, across Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, parts of Arkansas, Texas. This is very much needed rain across these drought-stricken areas across this area. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your evening.